right. Just give me the word, uh-huh, uh-huh. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, uh-huh, uh-huh. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
Hello. Give me
Hi.
1 second. Apparently, I am off the scene and I do not know why. But that's okay because we're
But
all
you're still
here.
here. I still feel
I
you.
know.
I
I
hear
am
your lovely voice.
I'm the ever
Picture the
present
sexy lingerie I told you in last weekend.
ma'am. I was eating. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, who's this bitch? It is Giselle. Oh my gosh.
Madam J in the building.
Always. Oh, there we go. I don't know what the heaven and hell's going on.
That's okay.
But
Yeah.
but you know what? They just want us to
Oh,
be extra today. That's what it is. Ms. D, I'm gonna let you start the conversation while I work on this right quick, okay?
absolutely. So excited to be back on Technically Speaking. I feel like I have been doing like half episodes for like the past like 2, 3 episodes. And I am just really excited to be here 100%. And my phone is not going to die. And I have good lighting. And I am in the right state that I'm supposed to be in. And, and we have some lovely gentlemen tonight with
I'm glad.
us to talk about their own experience in the lifestyle, what they're into, what got them into this, and have a great discussion with them because we are always talking to the girls. So I was like, oh, maybe we should have a conversation with the guys. Besides Surplus One, he was definitely on here rocking with us.
Yes. I remember that. We had a very good conversation. And he convinced me to do the central play thing. So
Yes.
I'm always get it. I was like, I would never do that. And I did. So yay me.
And look at you. And look at you.
Living it. so I'm really excited about the show today. I know you're excited. I know our guests are excited. I'm going to give us a little more platform and let you discuss what you want to discuss first, Ms. D, because
Yes.
I know we're both excited about this weekend. Let's go.
Man, I feel like we have so many things going on. First of all, me and Miss J. Hello, I am Miss D. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It is Miss DX. I'm not really active on anything else. Also, you can follow me on FetLife. Anything else I'm really not active on, please follow me on Fat and Instagram. But I just had a few events. We just had the Kiki Munch, the Cookout, and Pleasure and Play. And I just love hosting a lot of kinky fetish events for my Black and Brown people. And next week, this is not a kink event, but this is something me and Miss J love outside of this world. We love cosplay and fairies and mythical things and anime and a whole bunch of things. And this week is a great celebration. It is Black Fae Day. It is a official national holiday, right, Miss J? I believe so. And this is our third year, but our second like official year, like wearing the trope, the crown as the Philadelphia representatives for Black Fae Day, and we are going to be meeting at Fairmount Park. Right there in that center, right by the Horticulture Center, and the Japanese tea house is parking over there. But come celebrate with us. We'll be there from 12 to 5, doing some activities. It's going to be a great time. Come dress up, and if you don't feel like dressing up, still come out and support and have a great time. So I can't wait to see Miss J's costume because every year, every year she is like the demon, the dragon, the evil fae. And I'm just really excited to see what she has going on this year. But I see on the side of me, Miss J is like on it. Like on the side of me is more love, more Johns because I mean, what is more fitting than more loves, more joys for my polyamorous speed dating event? Like, I feel like the name is perfect. But yeah, I just love to encourage people to get off their phones, get off their tablets, their computers, and meet people in person. And that is why I am doing this speed dating event. There is a lot of people that like to date non-traditionally. Um, Whatever you fall under, polyamorous, open relationship, any type of non-traditional dating style, this is a speed dating for you. Maybe you want to come as a couple, maybe you're a solo polyamorous, maybe you're trying to add to your polycule, maybe you are new and just trying to seek for some new friends, maybe like poly friendship. But definitely come to this speed dating event. It is gonna be bomb. Tickets are actually going. Like I am like when I say I have not put out the marketing like the way I should be, and the tickets are going. So it's gonna be great. You're gonna get rounds of speed dating, and it is a huge, extensive questionnaire. We are not just doing random. We are trying to match you with something that you like. I don't want to match somebody that is solo poly that wants to be open and free, and then somebody that really wants to settle down and they're trying to bring somebody into their situation. That's not a good join. I'm trying to match you with the right join. So you're gonna get access to filling out this beautiful questionnaire. And yeah, I hope you come out. But if you don't want to participate in the speed dating, you can just come to the dance party mixer because it's still a vibe. You can still meet some people, vibe with some people. If you're a little shy, you don't want to do the speed dating. So the speed dating portion with the pop the balloon and the dance party, $40. If you're just coming to the dance party, it's only $25. So if you follow me on Instagram or FetLife, the Eventbrite link is like all over my shit. Tap in, and the feast is coming up, but I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. I'm going to let Miss J talk about more about Black Theta and what else we got going on, because there is the after party I did not talk about also.
Hello, hello, my lovelies. It is the fancy fetish lady, Miss J here. Thank you, Miss D, for all of that awesome information. I know I'm super excited because Johns need love, right? We all need love. John needs love, and we gonna make that shit happen. She's gonna make that shit. She's gonna help you out, but you can't find love without trying, y'all. So make it to the event. Try out. Go to the mixes if you're not sure. Figure it out. Also, you saw that Miss D had those beautiful QR codes. Click that. That goes directly into her information stuff to help her out. You can add her, support her, do everything because Miss D's everywhere. We already know that's the kinky host herself. We ain't even messing with that. I love you, girly pop. Anywho, of course, what do I got going on? Just being amazing. I've opened up my bookings again on what's that? Cuddle Comfort. So if y'all want to cuddle with me, you definitely can. And I'm opening back up my night flirt again. So we're gonna work on that. But more information on my private account, if you know, you know. And so, also, what are we talking about? We are also talking about the fact that me and Miss D, and our beautiful, amazing Philly Faye, are showing out at Black Fae Day, connecting to the wilds. This is not a kinky event. This is, I would say, family friendly because we're all chill at the end of the day. We're all respectful. We're Gucci. We're not like, but I still say that's family friendly because it's nothing too creepy. You know what I mean? That's nothing too crazy because we were in the distance. Yeah, well, mine's is kind of. Yeah, but it's a super chill event. It is free. You just show up, dress up, have fun, celebrate a space that was made for beautiful black and brown people to celebrate themselves in fantasy world and just be awesome. If you're not used to cosplay, you don't have to show up in cosplay if you don't want to, but I would say why not? When do you get to dress up, you know so show up. It is a free event. We do have a few activities going on. We're going to be foraging for things. We're going to be doing a trinket trade, if you know, you know. And we're also going to be doing a tarot reading that is at a cost, but it's very inexpensive. Everybody loved it last time, and every event our girl Zakia does it, and she comes and she's amazing. We love her. But other than that, no, that's all I got. I got nothing else at the moment.
Please bring your own blanket.
Bring your
Bring
own
your
blanket,
own
y'all.
snacks. Bring your own food. Me and Miss J do provide very small things, but the crowds over the year are getting bigger and bigger, and people
Yes.
love to forget to
Yes.
bring food. It's very hard for us to bring enough food and supplies to support the amount of people that come in these 5 hours. So this is
All
a
right.
picnic, and a lot of people come
Mhm.
and they set up their own picnic area. They decorate their own ferry. It's really cute. Come, be creative, not just with your costume, but with your picnic area too.
Yeah.
We love
Let's
that.
do it.
Like, come on.
We should do a contest next time. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe. I'm thinking because we'll talk about it. I want to rant about that because we're
I love
nerds too,
that.
guys. We love some fantasy nerdy stuff. And you know, Miss D eats. You see her costumes, you see her art, you see her fucking hats and shit. Hey,
Girl,
every
don't hype
year.
me up because is my costume done for this year? No, it's not. So
First of all, your outfit last year was
relax.
amazing, and it was so like you were like, "Oh, it was last minute." I threw it. I was like, "Ma'am, you look like a
I was
psychedelic
like,
fairy. I don't
I'm
want to
the
hear you."
psychedelic,
Yeah.
party raver
Mhm.
fairy, like,
Yep. You're the one that lead us to the raves. Like you are the safety fairy. We got it.
yeah.
So guys, come out, show out, support a great, connection and community that we're trying to continue to build in Philly. Last year, I think we had like 50 to 70 people show up. The year
Felt like
before
even
that,
more
it
than that,
was like,
honestly. It was
no, it was. Some people are like, I can't go, whatever. Nah, show up. Work will be there. Don't worry about it. Trust me, they'll still take you if you're late. Don't worry about it. No, really don't
it's
ever
only
jeopardize.
one day a year, guy. One day when we're black fairies and we're free. We're free.
Exactly. But anywho, we're gonna bring on our wonderful panel and we're gonna discuss some more things and yeah, I'm excited. So let's go. One and let's go. Hello. How are you guys today? Please introduce yourself. Who would like to go first? We have Gumball and we have Black Love. Who would you like to go first?
Let's
Oh,
go with black gloves.
yeah, he raised his hand. Let's do it. Let's do it. Give me a second. Oh, you're muted. You're
Good. There we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason G. Wright, also known as Black Glove. I am a kinky photographer. I've been in the lifestyle for it'll be 10 years this August on my birthday. And yeah, I'm just here to talk with the ladies. And is my stuff next to me? Because I'm frozen. I can't see. Huh? Oh, okay. All right. So, but yeah, I've been in lifestyle for about 10 years. I did my first play party on my 27th birthday, and been haven't looked back since. Really. uh, oh wait, let me move over so you can see. Sorry. Right. So, on May 29th, we have the Vower Munch. It is our fifth munch. We started in January. Is myself and three other individuals, and I'm trying to, I'm starting to blank for a second, but there is Bahari, Jazz, Mrs. D, not to be confused with Ms. D, and I'm missing somebody. I feel like I'm missing somebody, or maybe I'm not. No, no, yeah, that's right. It's the four of us. Yeah, it's just the four of us. So, but yeah, we have a monthly munch on the last Thursday of every month at the Nest from 7 to 10. Our doors do close at 9, so make sure you guys are in before 9 because nobody's going to be at the door to let you in. Please either come COVID tested or we do COVID testing. And it's BYOB. Bring some snacks. It's a munch where you bring food and everything. And we this month we're doing a game night, so make sure you guys do that. And you guys can DM me on Instagram at datriga.jgr on Instagram. And if you like anything that I say later on, you can hit me up on FetLife. That's specifically for personal connections. Wait, is it? Am I frozen?
No, No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Mm. Oh, I guess the camera. I guess the camera's on me now. Uh, my name is Kevin. I also go by Gumball on FET, or Gumball 609 is a it's a long story about how I chose that name. Um, I've been in the lifestyle a little over 4 years. I think I had my FET even longer, but I took a break from it. Um, Aspiring pleasure dom, stag, exhibitionist, partnered with a wonderful, wonderful woman. And we've been rocking together for a little over 4 years, officially like three years and a couple months. Um, Not too much to promote. Like I said, I kind of stay low key. I don't get on social medias a lot or go live a lot, so this is new for me. So good to be on.
That's the
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you guys. Well, we definitely wanted to have a different perspective. Me and Miss J are always battling because we're like two different people on here. So why
hmm
not? So even more of a mix, and we can't, um, say what it's like from you guys' perspective in the lifestyle because we're not men, we're not guys. And we get DMs from guys all the time asking how to get into the lifestyle and start. And it's kind of I feel like hard advice for me as a woman to give to a guy.
It's hard advice to give as a man to give to a guy too, because
That,
it's
I was about to
it's
say that.
it's it's trial and error.
Yeah.
that
It's-
is so true. It's such a hard question that I get all the time. Like, how do I do this? How do I step into this? I want to do this so bad. Like, so what would you
mhm.
say is like a one advice you would give to somebody when they ask you that question?
Uh, Patience, have
Mhm.
it, because you're gonna get more no's than yeses in the beginning. And you're gonna get a lot of no's because you're not gonna really know what you're talking about. You haven't defined a role for yourself.
Mhm.
Um, like I could say that when I first created my FET, I did everything wrong. You know, the dick pic was the profile pic. Um, I put down pretty much every like ethnicity that I was into because I was kind of unaware of what race play really was. So I just
Mm,
Oh.
said,
okay.
I'm a black man into this and this, and it would like it turned off a whole. I did everything wrong in
Yep.
the beginning.
I,
Um, became one of those disgruntled people on FET too. Like, man, all these women is fake. They don't talk, no, they don't do nothing.
mm-hmm.
And I had to take a step back and kind of just look at and I started really engaging in the community with some other guys in the community that was kind of like put me on game. Finally started talking to a lot of the women on there and following them. So I actually started following certain women and then just seeing the timeline
Well,
of what
I
they
have
were
a
talking
question.
about.
When you took that step back, was that
hmm
step back your just own like, okay, like let me self reflect, or did you get advice like you should approach it this way?
It was both
Okay.
self-reflect and I got advice. Um, and I started realizing that it took a minute, but I started kind of getting it together where I realized that like sexually open and confident and comfortable women are not the same as sexually easy women.
I love that.
And
Hmm.
so
That's a clip.
when you approach it that way, I said, okay, I'm going to start reading profiles. And so I just
Read
read
the
profiles. And if
profile.
I'd read the profile, and if it didn't attain to me, or if there was no end for me, and never, I moved on, because I
Yeah.
was like, there's no point in me engaging with this person. I'm not going to force them to be or try to change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They already had it clear, clear as day. And is when I was posting, I kind of put myself in a lot of women's shoes on FET because I started getting objectified by like older men
Mm.
that was always in my DMs or something like that. So I was like, okay, this is pissing me off. Stop messaging me. So now I'm like, okay, if I'm getting mad about getting certain DMs, then I know
You know
that
what
y'all are
we're
getting mad about
experiencing.
it.
Mhm.
Right. So I had to I had to reassess everything and just started approaching it differently. I changed the profile. I got rid of a lot of those groups that I was like a part of. You know, I
Mhm.
realized that once I started really doing the education on it and really started looking at to what these things were, I was able to kind of change everything around. And after that I got success with it. So
Mhm.
Yes, I
yeah.
love that. I
Hmm.
love that.
If I can actually input something real quick too, I know
Hmm.
that you were saying like things you did wrong. I feel
Hmm.
like when you're first starting out, I don't like saying that we're doing things wrong. I feel like those are we had to learn a lesson, and I feel
Hmm.
like that's a little easier way on ourselves because I feel like we get really hard on ourselves in the lifestyle, especially when you're brand new and you're a little baby kink and you're like, I'm doing this that, and the third, and like you didn't know or you didn't
Right.
process the thing and you took that step back and you took that. So that's also like congratulating yourself, but also like being honorable to yourself. It's a journey. It's gonna
Mhm.
be ups and downs. It's
Hmm.
gonna be all that stuff. So I don't like saying it's wrong. I just feel like it's a lesson that you had to learn. Because some people,
Right.
that's the only thing they know. And they only know negative things and not to do things properly. Right.
Right.
That's why we leave them over there. We don't
Right,
talk to them,
right.
because I
Exactly.
know like me being when I first started out as a submissive, I would tell like especially Doms like, oh yeah, I have no limits. And they would accept that. I should have been red flagged. I should have been like, that type of
Right.
person, being like, I don't have any limits, it's totally fine. But then get mad when they would push me to a no limits type of situation,
Hmm. You would have caught
when
a golden shower.
yeah, look, that's another story. We're not gonna talk about that. But what I'm saying is that I feel
Caught a
like
golden shower.
for being new in a thing, especially in FetLife, I feel like it gets so overwhelming that there's
Hmm.
so many things to click too. Because I didn't know what I don't like I said, I didn't customize anything on that. I just clicked on a whole bunch of groups and clicked on a lot of things and wished for the best. But
Right.
that's
Hmm.
my own piece. So I get it.
And I feel like I'm constantly updating like my
Same.
life, like because I'm forever changing. Like I feel like my desires and wants and I wasn't into this 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
I just and I've outgrown some things too. So I'm always
Hmm.
updating my profile. But Jason, is there any advice you would give to somebody like new, especially you coming from uh a dom situation and rope also, because that is a lot of danger in that. Is there advice you would give to somebody?
When it comes to just starting in kink, I feel like I was a little spoiled because I came into kink with a partner who was also new, so we were kind of learning together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Um,
that's a good, yeah.
so like I kind of fell into it. I got the wrong text message at the right time. My government name shares the same government name as one of my first kink partner's friends, and she was inviting them to a party at Saints Center,
Okay.
and this was around. And we also share a birthday. Well, we were both Leos, and our birthdays around the same time. So I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'd love to do that." So and then text back was like, "Wait, wrong one. Wait, you want to do that?" And I was like, "Listen,
Like
I
surprise.
would love to." First of all, before that, all I did was read about it. I didn't know people did this stuff in real life. And
Mhm.
then flash forward a few years, I didn't know that we had, as Black people, had our own spaces.
Hmm.
So,
Right. I didn't know that
and then
either.
I kind of got into the community from just going to like Saints and Sinners, the Pleasure Garden Club, and being seen doing things with my partner, and we literally just grew. And all we did was impact and like some sensual play, some sensation play and everything like that, but we never crossed the sexual line.
Hmm.
And but everything we did was intense. So that's how I met Carl. And I think I forgot how I ended up at a Philly Black Munch, but I did. And after that, that was pretty much it. It was I got taken under the wing, and then with rope, the proprietor of the Rope Nick, which is in 2 Saturdays.
Yes, I
Hmm.
can't wait for that.
Mhm.
Shout out to Teeble. Um, had seen some of my photography that I was incorporating rope in. Now, I didn't do a lot of rope in my personal kink relationships. I really just used it as an art form for pictures. people saw that, invited me to one of the first rope nicks out in Pittsburgh. I took off work, drove out there because I'd never been invited outside of Philly to a kink event before. So I was like, I'm going. And I went out there, met T-Bull, and then they really inspired me to continue to do rope within the kink community. And then flash forward a year after that, or maybe 2 years after that, after they moved out back this way, they had me doing a rope demonstration for South Street for their May, for their their block party they have in May. And then after that, it was just I'm that rigger since then.
Love that.
That rigor for real. And listen, I appreciate you so much. You do all of my events and
Mhm.
always rave reviews from everybody that experiences you.
Mhm.
I appreciate every opportunity I have to be kinky around black folks.
Again.
That
Yes.
part. Was it hard for you guys finding like black community?
Yes, yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess one, it's a very small market, especially if you live in a small town anyway. So I was operating out
sure.
of South Jersey,
Mhm.
and there really just wasn't anything unless, I mean, there really wasn't even like POC events even like out of Atlantic City. Once I did expand my radius to the Philadelphia area, I found more.
Okay.
And I found, the cookout and things like
Mhm.
that. So um yeah, I really wanted to really focus on, especially black people and these events stuff, because I always felt like we're behind a lot of the times.
Yes.
And because we're behind, because we had other things to worry about,
Uh-huh.
and life. So I was like, where are all the black people that are into this and this and this and this and this?
Mhm.
And then yeah, I started just kind of narrowing my search to those specific events, to be with, my skin folk and feel comfortable uh in my skin with them. And it just, it's a really good feeling to be
Mhm.
together with, those people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that it's kind of the other way around. I'm grateful that the black community found me
Mhm.
because I was, like I said, I was going to these predominantly white spaces, and I would put on, a little impact show with my kink partner. And later on, like a couple of our friends kind of like, we all kind of like got into kink and stuff like that together. And,
Mhm.
and, and
Thank you, November
they
Buff.
kind of found me. Like, I mean, I would go in the middle of Pleasant Garden Club and you'd hear just random hits or whatever, but then all of a sudden there'd be somebody just hitting ass on beat. That'd be me.
Like,
And
do
then,
I hear my people? Do
Yeah.
I?
like, I mean, I'm talking about not just on beat on the one, two, three, and four. I'm talking about
Mhm.
on the anda and the twos and the threes and the andas, all of it. So, and
I
then after
was.
that, it was just a wrap. And then also through my photography, I also kind of brought other like people who like kinky stuff, like this did like the kinky photography wasn't in the kink
Mhm.
community. Now some of them
Yeah.
are in the kink community, so I kind of brought people in. I don't teach stuff because I don't feel like I learn through everybody else because my story is very different. But I
Mhm.
do encourage people to reach out to people they see, to see if they're gonna, if they're the type of person to teach. And I also say YouTube is your best friend when it comes to a
Yes.
lot of because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, one of those little icons at the bottom is a YouTube icon, right? So
Mhm.
Mhm.
people will be learning
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, I
True.
will say like my events starting out were all like predominantly white as well. And because they were the ones that were the most prevalent and they were everywhere, especially in South Jersey, because you got B&A, you got all these other places that you can go to. And one, I thought I was mad popular, right? Because you go into these events and
Mhm.
all these white women, they're all over you, and you're like, oh man, I am the shit. And then
You
no,
are
you
being
kind of you
used, my
find
guy.
out,
You are
nah,
being
Yeah.
used.
It's
yeah,
a trap.
yeah, you find out here you are, you're a bull. And my naive dumbass self was like, no, these women like me, they really, they care. No, no, it wasn't that.
Like, I'm that guy.
All I had to do was breathe
Mhm.
air, drink water, and have a black penis. That was it.
Yep. That's
Um,
it.
and so like in the beginning, it's like a physical excitement because yeah, I got to have some sex, and I got to
Mhm.
do all this
Mhm.
stuff. But then you're like, where was the connection? Where is this? Where is that? As I got older, I was valuing different things, and I kind of just got, once I started redoing the research into what race play really was and what being a bull
Mhm.
really was, because I see a lot of like young dudes on Fet now that will choose bull, dom, master,
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
because it's the
Yep.
most masculine sounding,
Masculine thing you
powerful
can pick.
role
Yep.
because no
Mhm.
like grown ass black man is picking power bottom. Like you're not gonna pick that role. So you're gonna pick the more manly sounding roles. And so when I really started looking at the roles, I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, let me take that off. Let me take
I
so
think
like I
it's
said,
so
it was a retooling of it.
I think it's so easy for young black men, or just black men in general, to get so caught up in race play in the beginning. Because
Mhm.
Right.
it is that thing like, damn, like all these girls all on me, like I am that guy. I
Right.
mean,
I
Yeah.
mean, you're gonna feel
obviously.
yourself. You're
Like
gonna
you
feel
can
No.
Am I the
feel
yourself.
only one? Like, am I the only black dude who came into kink and was just like, please keep
No.
your white ass away from
I
me?
mean, I
Yo,
don't
you
think
No,
might
you're
I
the
be.
get
only
it.
You
one,
might. You
but
might.
So,
it's a weird thing.
I've only done two things in the name of black love that involve white
Mhm,
people, right? Like,
mhm,
just literally just two. Like, one was somebody won a contest with somebody who I'm not going to name on here because they have a lot of consent violations, so I'm not going to go through that. But back in
Mhm.
the day, when I didn't know any better, I was involved in the contest, and somebody from like Massachusetts won, and it just happened to be this white girl. So she drove down here and did a shoot. I did Impact with her. I think outside of like the club, that was like the only Impact I've ever done with a white person. The other person just happened to be a rope bunny for Miss Harley
Mhm.
that I did a shoot for. So
okay.
Black Love is strictly for the skin folk, but
Mhm.
we're not discriminatory
Right.
against the fact. Okay, we're not
Hmm.
I'll shoot with you, but not
Well,
you.
I mean, okay, I understand you are the unicorn here, but I do think that that is a normal thing that a lot of young black guys
Mhm.
get caught up in race play, and I don't know, like I think a lot of them don't like to get out of it because it
Yeah,
feels good.
I
It's
agree.
definitely an ego.
Because
It's a definitely an ego to talk to people. You know,
right, and
you can
because
feel impactful.
you're also extremely horny. And if you're coming in 24, 25 years old, and and you get these women just like, oh, I love you, and they're hyping you up.
Hmm.
You're going to engage in that because
Yeah.
you're with these women who are now actively seeking you for sex and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And that's rare, like to have women
Mhm.
come after you and message you, and so yeah, you're going to engage in that, and then hopefully you can grow out of that. Like there's some men who are older than me who still haven't grown out of this stuff yet.
Mm,
But I kind of snapped myself out of it pretty quick, and that's when I took the step back and realized, okay, I'm
Yeah.
going about this the wrong way. Let me try again,
Mhm.
and and I ended up getting an amazing partner out of it. So,
Love that.
um, yeah,
And not to say that
um,
like everything I've done has been just a cakewalk either. Like I know I said I've been almost 10 years in, but I really do feel like I've kind of grasped the concept of what I'm doing over
Mhm.
the last 4 or 5.
Mhm.
mhm,
Like I mean, I'm definitely not blameless in making mistakes along the way in my kink journey of
Mhm.
how
mhm,
to handle a lot of things. So
Right.
with
mhm,
with ex partners, so don't get it twisted. I may not have had the same path as, and everybody doesn't have the same path, but
Yeah,
it definitely
exactly.
wasn't as easy or great at times.
mhm,
I don't know.
yeah,
I do want to talk about this race play situation because I feel like it's such an ick for me when I see that on somebody's profile. I just
right,
can't, especially
Pretty much so.
again going in like in the reverse situation. Because like I said, as a Latin woman, I'll have like I don't fuck I don't want to be with a white partner. So I'll put that first. So usually my men that I date are black or other, right? So it'll be like my last experience I had with a partner of mine. He let it slip that he was into race play by having me try to put slurs on him. And I
Mm.
said, hell the fuck no. I said, that's not what oh, but you're my spicy mommy. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who, when, mind you, I was with this partner for at least 3 years at the time. Never came up once. One day, I don't know, maybe he was a little too high. I don't know. But he was just like, let's try this real quick. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. We do the
You said,
thing.
you
And
know what I want?
yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
hard ER.
yeah, I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
No.
Not
No.
doing that shit. And I remember, like, I still remember Ms. D. I was like on top of this man. I was we about to go crazy. And he's like, yeah, do this real quick. I'm like, I don't think I need to be here. I'm gonna leave. This is too much.
Mhm.
And I think it's a situation where, like, but then I go back to when I first started Kink, going to these event like Libertine Ball and stuff like that, predominantly white people, and they were all over me, not realizing they were doing that because I was a Latin woman. So I'm like the safe at the moment. And they would try to
Mhm.
do those things with me, and it was uncomfortable. So I can't even imagine how that is for a man. Because like to me, like being very ignorant in the beginning, like I'm thinking, oh, men love this shit, I guess. I don't know. That's cool with them. And then I'm like, oh wait, ick. If I don't like it, I can assume certain people don't like that either.
Right.
Yeah, I would. I guess the one thing I think that definitely opened me up to race play was when I came across the term QoS.
Mhm.
Uh, so when
Explain
I
to the
when
Yeah,
people.
I did
so
explain.
Q
Explain to the people
QoS
what that is.
is Queen of Spades.
Oh,
Yep.
And
Incognito.
spade, yeah, yeah. So it's just basically a lot of times, it's a white woman that is, a lot of times they'll be married to white men, and they
Mhm.
specifically go after, black men as the bulls, and then they cuck the white men and blah blah blah. Uh, when I engaged in it, and then it was after that I found out that this was a whole QoS thing. After everything was said, and done, I guess post nut clarity, everybody got honest and was like, this is what it is. I looked at it like as soon as
trap
they
man.
said that, I was like,
Oh, so you're
spade is a
saying you
derogatory.
went to a Queen of Spades event and you did not
No, I didn't.
know?
I did not know at all.
Oh,
This is one of the times where I was at like BNA,
okay.
and I thought, oh, this was cool. And then they had mentioned Q, and so I was like, oh, what is that? And then kind of both looking at, oh, it's Queen of Spades. And then I was like the card or the derogatory term. And
Yeah.
when
Jesus.
they explained it to me, I was like, so let me get this straight. You are the spade is me, and
Yeah.
you are the queen of them.
Hmm.
And that's when I was just like, I'm out, and
The
I never like
ownership.
in
The ownership.
right the ownership. So I've actually argued with a lot of like younger black men who are like attending these events. I was like, you know what you're saying? She the queen of you, right? Like the queen of derogatory terms, like being called the
Sorry.
queen of N words. At that point, you just can't say I'm the queen of N words because
Right.
you're gonna get
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
got
get
to make
you're gonna
it
get
very cute and palatable
right, you got
for
to make it cute
everybody.
and palatable, and
Yep.
so you're gonna choose spade, and it just doesn't. And yeah, that's kind of what just absolutely just was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Talking
I
about
was an
speaking
unwilling
of,
participant in that. I did not know because I was ignorant to it, but once I learned it and was like, okay, this is what that's about. Then I started just being wary of I'm sorry, but
no, I
any white
get
person
it.
that said they
Listen,
wanted to get with me, I'm like, let me see if you got any spade cards on you. Let me check your profile. Let me check this.
no, dead
You
ass.
know,
And that's going
Yeah,
back
they
to
can,
you know.
gotta
checking
check the mental
profiles.
too.
Hmm.
I check profiles. If I see a
Hmm.
fucking spade, any Queen of
Hmm.
Spades groups you're in, it's deaded for
Yep.
Yeah,
me.
it
It's
is
deaded for me.
absolutely dead. It is
Yeah,
dead.
and I've
I'm
been to a
sorry.
space before that was a black lifestyle space, and it was great. But every now and then I would notice, like it would be like a white couple there, like not nothing
Hmm.
crazy. Like okay, I'm not
Hmm.
nobody's banning white people from spaces or whatever, but they would rarely ever come, or it would they came. It would almost feel like they were there like on a field trip, like a field.
Hmm.
This one time I was there, it was a white couple, and
Safari.
it was her birthday,
Yeah.
and she was going around literally handpicking black men throughout the club. And her husband's like, "Oh
Oh,
no," she said
oh.
him, not him. And like handpicking, I'm like, "You guys are literally being shopped right now, like literally right
Hmm.
now. I need you to wake up. Like there's no pussy this good for you to be disrespected like this in front of your face." But
No,
that's
there's not.
how I be
The
thinking.
ick I feel just And I'm sorry if I'm making faces. Every time I just think about the idea of white people I
I am not sorry I'm making
I
faces.
like how
I'm
you
not
didn't
sorry
finish
at all
that
that I'm
sentence. She
making
was like,
you
every
should
faces.
time I think
I just
about white
realized
people, I'm just like,
No, I'm not sorry
no,
at all. I want
no.
y'all to
It's
know
just
that you gotta
it's
And,
just a
go.
situation.
that was
There's
such a
no
right.
turn off. That was such a
yeah.
turn off for me. And that's
Hmm.
why, like, my events, like, I don't feel bad about it that they're only like for POC, but like, I have been in so many lifestyle spaces
Yeah.
where I feel like the fetish. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
there's like dangled to
Hmm.
me. And I don't feel that way when it's just
Just
me and my
us.
people. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna still feel that way because I'm a woman, like
Yeah.
that's another trope. But it's just a lot easier and a lot more comfortable. And I
Mhm.
was like, when I saw that, and I was like, yeah, if I ever in my life throw a lifestyle party, it's a no for me. I
Oh,
can't have white
you
people there.
cannot.
Right, right, right.
And then
I so
I actually had an
oh, go ahead.
experience with a former partner's partner.
Mhm.
It was the last time I gave a white girl a try. So happened to be her birthday, and she wanted to, give me some dough for her birthday. And in the middle of it, she said something that my ancestors was like, "This is what
Yeah.
you
No.
get. This is
Hmm.
what you get." So in the middle of it, she goes, "I just love sucking black dick," and the way she said it,
Done.
Ah,
I was just like,
right,
no, no.
So-
She
Mm-mm.
wanted that,
right.
she wanted to have your black babies. Let's talk about Shannon
Wait,
Sharp.
wait, 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 wait.
Yeah.
That's the kicker. That's the kicker, though. She has a black daughter, and I found out later from our shared partner that that's not the first time. And now, mind you, this is 2020, right before George Floyd died.
See how the race play lead to the breed kink, and now that's gonna lead to you.
It's crazy.
I don't even want to say what it's gonna lead to, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that,
But
like
Tina
as
Fey is literally diet nigger lover.
Yo.
right.
Go ahead.
I'm
I
Finish
sorry. Can I
gumbo.
say
I
that?
Weren't you saying
will
gumbo? No, you're fine. It's our
Okay.
show.
no, I will tell us like of another one. Like it's if you are like if you do catch a lot of followers and stuff like that in the black community,
Hmm.
especially the black man, you're gonna get
Hmm.
the race DMs, and I
Yeah.
do get it from white
Yeah.
women. I get it from older white men, and the old
Hmm.
white men are egregious. Like I don't even block, like I just read the comments. And I'm like, bro, like where on my profile did it even say that I was
And
into
then they'll be
this?
talking to
Yeah.
themselves like
Yeah.
over
Right.
and over again.
Absolutely, and I just said like I never even said I was into this stuff. I never said that I was down for it, but they will make it a point to push their race play and
They
their
love to do
breeding
that.
kink onto you, as a
Hmm.
black person, and yeah, it does get annoying, but sometimes it's funny. I'll read the comments
Hmm.
and I'll show them like look what this person said,
Yeah.
but yeah, you do get hit with it quite a bit, and you just kind of be able to weed through it. Now
Hmm.
I'm very good at just getting through it. Now I'm just like I go on to the next, and I don't really have that same. My tastes have changed quite a bit. I want
Of course.
those
Right.
You
connections.
evolve.
I want the connections. I want that
Hmm.
friendship, that course
Hmm.
that we can all, chill together. And I want that in the black community.
Hmm.
And so this is why, like, a lot of times I get it more on Twitter because I refuse to call it X. I get it more on
Yeah.
Twitter, like
Dude,
where I'm going back and forth with a lot of
Hmm.
like black men that are in these QoS groups, stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, you got to get yourself up out of there.
Hmm.
There are tons and tons of,
Hmm.
of black women in this community that you know they just want to be with their own, and
Yeah.
they are
Right.
looking for men like us, and they are, and you just have to learn how to talk to them,
Yeah.
and not look at them as just, yes, we're on a sexually charged site. It is fet, it's
Hmm.
SLS, it's whatever.
Hmm.
Yes, when you go to their profile, they're bent over with an anal plug in. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, but still read the profile and see,
Right.
Yeah.
mm,
and I kind of took the biggie approach. I was like, I asked them what their interests are, who they be with, things that make
Yeah.
them smile, what numbers to dial. Like you go through that process, it's a lot easier
I
to
love that.
start to talk to people and get to know them, because the if you can knock out the personality part and read that and get to know them for a person, the sex is gonna come. You're already on that site.
No.
Right.
I already know what you look like naked. You know what I look like
Mhm.
naked. That part's out the way. So
Yeah, pretty
let's just
much.
prove that one, I'm not a creep, and two, you're not a serial killer. Let's get that out the way. And then,
Yeah.
if we're all good, then everything else flows accordingly. But
How
yeah,
do
you
you
get
Women
some
be
feel
people
about
who
creeps
just
too.
can't
men
see that.
in
Women be
this space?
creeps too. Don't say creepy. You not creepy. She not. So women be creeps too.
No, no,
No,
Oh no,
no, no.
women
It's
no,
a say
definitely,
it's
both.
women
interchangeable.
are definitely
No,
Yeah,
creeps.
it's
yeah,
And that's
women
what I
can be
wanted
interchangeable.
to talk
creeps.
about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to talk about age, like in this space. Like
Wow.
how do you feel about certain ages? Okay, so me now, I'm 35, and I feel like I am now at a certain age where I'm getting some young Johns. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really like that. But also like I have always liked older men my whole life. Like
Mm.
that's like a double standard. I feel like that I'm like, kind of in at the same time. But I don't know. How do you feel and deal with um women that approach you that might be younger than you? Do you have an age limit, like an age cutoff?
I think that like I think Partisan Fontaine said it best. I'm the perfect age to date the daughter or the mama at this point. I'm 30.
Mm,
I'm 37. So I have a partner who is 52, going on 53,
Mhm.
and I have another partner who will be 29 or 30
Okay.
in a couple weeks. So, and then I'm right in the middle, 37.
right.
So, it's really not that now when you get lower than 25, 20, 26, that becomes a little bit of is this a sugar situation or what's going on, or is it the grooming situation, the sugar situation? What's up? But like, at certain points, it's like the age difference doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But sometimes when it's like when it's super drastic, like even with my partner, her being 53, me being 37, like she was a teenager when I was born. Like if
Mhm.
in the right situation, because we grew up in the same neighborhood and never met each other, never seen each other. So in the right situation, she could have been my babysitter,
Right.
right? So
Mhm.
it's kind of weird, but like
But I
because
do
we
feel like
never
there's
met.
a difference when you're like meeting her, like in your 30s.
Yeah.
So we met at my old vanilla job at UPS, and she's the one who slipped me her number. Like so, and that was just off of us just vibing at work and
How
nothing,
old were you?
like the way she tells it, she said she just wanted to chill and smoke. So I was like,
How
okay,
old
cool.
were you? How old were you?
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
I was This is year two, so I was 35.
Okay. Yeah, you making me think like you were fresh in the UPS, 18, 19 years old. She's like, here, baby.
She
Boom.
like,
And I'm
"Here,
just like,
baby,
who
you
is
want
this
to
lady?
I was
smoke?
basically
I
like
got
the
you. I
safety
got you.
coordinator. I was the
I was like, Miss
coordinator, and I
D.
would just greet her every day in the
Yeah.
morning. And I would do like in the morning, I do like a little safety kit, not
Mm,
kit, a safety demonstration or whatever
yeah.
the safety thing of the day was. And I would greet
Mhm.
her along with a bunch of other people, and that was our report. And then she would also, I think, work in my spot, in my section on Fridays, and we worked together a few times, and
Mhm.
we be making each other laugh, and then that was it. Then after I quit, I went back to UPS and worked inside of UPS for the cafeteria, and that's when she slipped me her number, and then we've been really
Okay.
picking it ever since.
And you have two partners. So how long have you been dating polyamorous?
Okay.
I have been polyamorous since like 2020. And I've had as many as three partners at a time and as little as none. So some people come and go, some people stay. I have a partner that most people know me with, Yamayasaurus.
Mhm.
uh, we're not as close as we were before, but we still obviously still show up at the feast and show up to all the kink events together. And then my partner, who's older than me, is actually vanilla. So, well, I call her French vanilla because she knows about stuff, but she just doesn't partake. Like
He is
I did a
French
scene with her
vanilla.
for her.
I'm using that.
French vanilla is really cute. I might
That's
steal
just
that
cute.
too.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's like the
French
one for
vanilla.
like people like a little something or whatever. Or they don't, or like one of my best friends. I also call her French vanilla because she goes to the kink events, but she doesn't do anything. She just watches. She's really just a voyeur. So, but yeah, like I gave her first kink scene literally right where I'm sitting in my dungeon in my basement, and for her 50th birthday.
Hmm.
She got tied and we did some other stuff that I'm not going to talk about.
Okay, and she liked
Mm.
it. She liked it for her first
Okay.
experience.
Oh, yeah, she liked it, and it just wasn't something. I mean, it's just not something that we have to keep doing. So yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
oh, she also came to the Rope Nick. So she did come to the Rope Nick
Or
that year
vanilla
too.
bean.
Yeah,
And
so
that'll
yeah,
be
my little French vanilla bean.
Oh.
So
uh,
yeah, and then my other partner, we've been talking for about 2 weeks.
okay.
I met
How
them
about
at
you,
the feast
Gumbo?
actually.
Oh.
You did. Oh, I have questions afterwards.
They may be answered,
Wow.
What?
but yeah. So we've been kicking.
Okay.
Well, we've been talking for about 2 weeks, and yeah, it's been cool. And then I have another person that I also met at the feast that I'm interested in too. So yeah,
He just collecting
Okay.
them.
I know
Like Pokemon.
you on your
stop,
ass Ketchum
stop,
right now.
stop, because it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that.
I don't think it
You
is.
said
I don't
after,
think it's that,
I
you
know,
friend.
caught
right?
you literally caught me at this time right now. That's what it is.
Mhm.
If this was literally a month ago, or if this was honestly, if this was January, I would just be talking about my one partner.
Do you date
So,
non-traditionally too, Gumball?
yes, yes. We're in a polyamorous relationship as well. I have, one primary partner that, like I said, I've
Hmm.
been with for over 3 years.
Love that.
Um, we met on FET.
Okay.
I responded to one of the bulletins on there, and uh, didn't really, like. She hates when I tell this story. Well, I'm gonna tell the story anyway. Uh, uh, yeah, it was a post on like one of the Philly ads, but I responded to it. Didn't think I was gonna hear anything back. Next thing I got a DM. We started talking. We were getting ready to meet, but the pandemic happened.
Mm.
So we were doing, Skype calls, things like that.
Mhm.
And then once we could travel, I went right to, I met her in Philly, right on South Street.
Oh.
We went to Milk Boy,
Mm.
and we were chilling outside, eating and what have you. Now, she might refute this, but I'm gonna tell a story because she's not
That
here to,
she might
but I
I
went there
believe you.
just already expecting I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna pay for dinner. I'm gonna meet her, and I'm gonna go home. That's not what
Mhm.
happened. With the dinner happened, we met, and then she looks at me and she's like, "So, where you staying?" And I was like, "Miss Ma'am, what you?"
She said,
If I had pearls, I would have clutched them, you know.
"Love
and
it."
Love that.
and so yeah, I mean, I snatched up a hotel room. We hung out that night, and in the morning, and uh, after being, kind of being like friends with benefits for like almost a year, I would kind of realize like, I'm driving an hour out the way to see this woman. I love
Right.
her personality. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and,
Lock
make
it
this a
up.
Let's lock
thing.
it in. Let's
I
lock it
love
in.
Lock
that.
it in. Yeah, lock it in.
Yeah,
It's really refreshing, to find your person, especially in the community, because
Hmm.
if
That's hard.
like I said, it's hard because if you meet them out there at a bar or something like that in a vanilla setting, you have to go off of like the personality first,
Mhm.
the
Hmm.
physical attraction first. The way I liked it off of Fed was because I already knew what she was into. She already knew what I was into. We already knew what each other looked like, butt booty naked. Uh, so all the hard stuff that
It's out
that
the way.
traditional
It's out the
vanilla
way.
dating is, it's already out the way.
Yes.
that's
It's
why she was
already out the
ready.
way.
That's why she was
Hmm.
ready.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. That's why she was like, yeah, she's like, she'll say, yeah, I knew I was gonna. She was like,
Do
I knew I
you
was gonna fuck
find
you when
it's
I
like
met
an
you.
Right.
extra difficult layer because, just because you're polyamorous does not mean that you are in the lifestyle or have any kinks or anything like that. There are definitely
Hmm.
two separate lanes. But I do find that a lot of people that identify as polyamorous and date that way tend to find more partners in the kink world just because
Hmm.
those people seem to be more open minded and open to things.
I agree with
Absolutely,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so do you think it's a more difficult layer, like having both? Like, all right, now we got to figure out like all of this kink stuff we got going on between us, and we are
Hmm.
dating other people, and
Hmm.
sometimes I think it's a lot because I date the same way, and it's just like it's a lot of layers here.
So like,
It
I was gonna say, it
no,
just
go ahead,
comes
go
down to
ahead, go ahead.
communication. That's the conversation I had with my partner. Just going into it because she had a part. She was already polyamorous when we met. So she
Okay.
had a partner, and when we started talking about kink, she was like, "That's more like my like." And then now that she has kids that are around like a little younger than me, like in their 30s, also. So one of them is kink adjacent, also.
Mhm.
Actually, I think you guys saw me tie last year at the Black Fae
Mhm.
Hmm.
event.
Yep.
The first person I tied was one of her daughters. So she's more really in the into kink stuff than her mom is. So it's really kind of cool that we just had a real conversation with like she was like, listen, I'm not going to stop you doing from anything you're already doing, and then we just had a
Mhm.
conversation how we want our relationship to go, and it's been going. We have not had an argument in 2 years,
Wow. I love that.
like at
I love
all.
that.
Nice, nice.
So
I'm
it's
Puerto
Um,
just
Rican. I
down to
argue.
just finding your person and talking.
I feel like since I've been dating, like, very open, and first
Mhm.
originally was definitely like solo poly, and I've transitioned into many different things I feel like since then, but still dating this non-traditional way. I find that I have been in the most healthiest and honest
Mhm.
relationships because you're just forced to like lay your cards out on the table, and it's just like,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
why can't all relationships be this way? Like,
No,
it should
Right,
exactly.
right.
everybody should be able to communicate this way, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it's all rainbows and
True.
sunshine,
It's
but
not.
it has just definitely been more positive, like for me personally, than me just being in monogamous relationships. It's just been,
I agree.
I will probably never ever like.
Right.
You ever see somebody?
Honestly,
You ever see somebody you find attractive in a non kinky setting, and you were just like, "Damn, I'm just wish I wish I met you at like a lunch or something like that." So
Right,
like
yeah.
I
but
could.
I know like we're into some
Yeah.
things.
Well, as somebody
Yeah.
who's new to poly, I will say that like I'm very open. Ms. D knows I'm very open. I tell my partner, my current one of my current partners is not he's vanilla. He's new to it. He wants to get into it. He's open to the poly relationship and open relationship. And I tell him all the time, like, we check in all the time. We
Mm,
check in all the time, and I will say I agree with Ms. D. It is one of the healthiest relationships I've been in because even the partners I had before him, and they were also poly. Even our negative moments or our bad talk times or whatever you would say is like still pretty good. Like, you know what? This didn't work out. Peace. Like, it's good. I hope everything works out. I'm out. That's cool, blah, blah, blah. And I agree. Also, I'm not going back to monogamy. I am not doing that. That is too restraining for me. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I hear people now just saying, like, oh, polyamorous is bad and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but y'all cheat on each other. Y'all not communicating. Y'all not talking. Y'all not. Like you're not I always say like rekindling. You're not checking in. You're not anything.
mm,
Just because
Right,
you're
right.
in any type of relationship, you're supposed to be doing that. You guys evolve and grow every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then you look at us like we're freaks. Like, oh, they're bad people. I'm like, what?
Right,
Because I
right.
got two boyfriends and three girlfriends. That's none of your business. I'm
Right, right.
busy. Let me
it
live
just
my
sounds like
life.
everybody needs to show up to More Love, More Jones on May
I
24th
agree.
for
Exactly.
polyamorous speed dating,
Mhm.
at Strange Love.
I would say
Exactly.
in dating
It's
poly
amazing.
is, it's weird for a man, especially, black man
Hmm.
in general, because one, they I will say I am polyamorous. Yes, my
Hmm.
partner can date other women, other men.
Hmm.
Uh,
Love that.
the women instantly think that I'm more polygamous or polygynous. Like, so there's, oh, you
Yeah.
just want to collect a bunch of women, or you're a cheater, or your girlfriend is not really down for, okay, let me meet her. And I'm like, fine, you can meet her, like, you
Right,
can talk to her.
I
right.
will
My
say
partner
that.
does
You
that
can
a
meet her if you
lot.
want to. Like,
Yeah.
she will confirm. Uh, I get that. Yeah, I
Mhm.
will say, well, people will tell me, oh, I could never do poly because, I'm too jealous or something like that. And I
Why
told this
you gonna
one girl, I
be
was like,
jealous?
I don't know,
Boo.
but
Boo.
I asked her, I was like, okay. I was like, have you ever been cheated on in monogamy? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, you were in an open relationship and just didn't know it.
Clock it. Clock it.
Clock.
And she just kind of paused and she was just like, and I was like, so just take out the betrayal part and add open, honest communication
Right.
and
Hmm.
the same, and you're fine. I was like, that's
Hmm.
essentially what it
And
is,
boundaries.
and the boundaries and what have you
Hmm.
and the consent,
Yeah.
and you got to get it down like that. Um, a lot of times, like other, I do get. conversations from like other men, because it's one thing to be, polygamous. It's another thing to be polyamorous. And, as a man, knowing that your partner can go out and date other men. And so I
Yeah.
Mhm.
do get that question, like, how do I handle that? Or, and I just say, you gotta embrace, insecurity is gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Jealousy is
Mhm.
going to happen
Yep.
because
Absolutely.
you're a human with emotions. So you got to learn how to
Yep.
deal with those emotions. I will tell dudes that, if you are in a rock solid relationship with your primary partner, if you are in that, hierarchical type of poly, you got to understand that the and I'll say it as blunt as I possibly can, but it's like dick and pussy will not make them leave you.
It will
Mhm.
not. It will
It will
not.
not make them
They
leave you. The
leave.
one
Leave.
I was like, the
Exactly.
one thing that you're the most worried about is the stupidest thing to be
It's
worried
the
about
stupidest and the
is
least
his
thing
dick
I'm
bigger
worried
than
about.
mine?
Right.
I get that, like,
Facts.
oh, is this dick bigger than mine? Or did he, fuck you better or whatever like that?
Ah.
And it's like, I guess for me, I look at it different because it's the stag in me that
Hmm.
Mhm.
when she does go out, I want her to have that good time. I want her to come
Mhm.
back and be sex because I am reclaiming that when she gets back. Like, I love reclamation sex. Like, it's just the thing that
Mhm.
just drives it. So if I know she went out and had good sex, then I'm like, tell me what he did, because now I'm doing that.
That.
Plus,
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Super Saiyan on you, and I'm taking
Love
it back.
that.
And
That's the
I,
best
I like
part.
right,
Right.
it is the best part. It just, like I said, it does something to me. So I
Mhm.
get very primal. I get like that predator
That's
vibe.
the
I
word.
want it back, and it's
So
a
I have
huge
a
turn on for
question.
me.
What
Mhm.
advice would you give for women that are in polyamorous relationship? And what could we do to make it easier for our male partner? Like when we're going out on dates, like we're going out. What could we do to make that a little bit more comfortable for you? What do you think, Jason?
Invite your man to be a part of, like, don't make it like just you're getting ready by yourself, blah blah blah. Make him a part of the whole thing.
I like that.
Like,
Okay.
check your outfit,
Yes.
so your makeup's good or whatever like that. Check it all, make sure it's good or whatever. Because first of all, when she steps out the door, not only is she going to go have fun, but she's also representing you when she leaves.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm,
Mhm.
no matter like what, and when she comes back, offer comfort first, and
Mhm.
then you're going to talk, and always talk. That I don't
Mhm.
want to know
Mhm.
what happened stuff. That is a
yeah.
breeding ground for insecurity and
Mhm.
Yep.
unnecessary resentment.
I always let
Like,
myself.
Yeah.
Same.
like,
I always found that the
like,
ones who don't want to know anything was like weird to me. Like,
It's
right,
weird when you don't want to know anything.
Mhm.
because you can't handle, like, your ego can't handle if your partner had
Right.
a good time. So you don't
right.
want to
Yeah.
Right.
even know about it. And
And
I'm
like I
like,
said,
well, you
like,
went out on the date to have a good time. So why would you
right,
come back and say I had a
Right.
trash time,
Mhm.
to
right.
make me feel good about it? Like, then why are we poly? Like, just
And
at that
that's
point.
Facts.
and that's less about you being there for her and more about you just
Yourself.
doing better.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, even if you don't want to hear the gritty details or whatever, still ask her how she felt about the situation. Like,
And I think that
you don't have to know everything, but like at least make sure you know that she's good after the whole situation. And then
Mhm.
after that,
Because
you
what
can
if
see
he
how
does
you
something
execute.
toxic?
But I think
Because
that's the
Right.
lacking part in the polyamorous relationship because I think
mhm.
some people just focus on the relationship part and not
Mhm.
just like also the friendship that you need to foster
No,
because
exactly.
that relationship is
Mhm.
great, but like when they're out with these other people or dating these other people, they need you to lock in as a friend. Like I don't really need
Yeah.
you to show up as a partner right now because I really want to talk to you
Mhm.
about these
Mhm.
real emotions, these real things. And sometimes I think
Mhm.
that like you have to really tap into in your friend bag. And
Mhm.
sometimes you are dating somebody that is not your friend. I think that is a whole nother like
Funny thing
disaster
about
in
that,
itself.
funny thing about dating somebody that's your friend, my ex-wife, we were always cool, but like I feel like we really didn't become friends until after we broke up. Like
Yo, I
we
had a relationship
like
like that.
we talk about our partners to each other, like not in like gruesome detail, because I made sure I made that known, like from the start. It was like, listen, I don't want to know about your problems with your partner. If things ain't going well, you don't gotta say nothing, and we can keep going with the conversation and get to talking
Mhm.
about other important things. But at the same time, like, the entire time, the only time we ever had a problem was her first partner after me, who just really was trying to just be weird. But
Mhm.
other than that, like, we've been cool. Like, and my really steady partners, like my current girlfriend and Yamaya, before, have been
Mhm.
integral parts of my outside of kink life too. With
Mhm.
our,
Mhm.
like, because we share our son together, me and my ex-wife. So, that's Miss Maya, that's Miss Mo. Like,
Mhm.
that's the thing. That's how we work. So, and then now she's dating somebody whose name I honestly probably shouldn't even be saying, but I can't remember it anyway. But she's just as integral in my son's life as my partners are. So,
Right.
it's kind of like a balance. And then
Yeah.
that, well, I kind of got off topic, but still, just talk about everything. I mean, talk about it, but you don't have to talk about everything. Just talk to a level of comfort that you both have. If you need
Yeah.
to know more, have that conversation after that night. And I'm not talking about the next morning. I'm talking about when you guys are just chilling or whatever and you want to talk about it, bring it up in a non-hostile way. Because I know how both sides can say something in a tone that gets the other side upset.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, for me, for how women can make it, more the
Mhm.
communication. Yeah, definitely. Uh,
Mhm.
I would
Thanks, Divine.
say, uh, oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say definitely the communication part. When Jason just brought up the
Mhm.
dressing part. I have a kink with that. I have
Mhm.
the chair in the bedroom to get her closet ready. I'm
Mhm.
Yeah.
watching her get dressed. A lot of times that's also a sexual experience for me because
Mhm.
I know you had a show you was talking about the cuck chair. I don't subscribe to
Yeah.
cuck chair. I have a stag chair.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm watching her if I can watch her get ready, put her
Mm.
Mhm.
clothes on. Because, that ass be assing in some thongs. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
whatever thongs she puts, I'm watching
Listen,
it.
I have
Mhm.
a partner
And
that was his thing. Like he
Yeah.
loved to see
Same.
me get ready to go
right.
out on other dates, and it
Yeah,
was
just
just like
go out
so
and
fun. It made me
Yeah.
even more excited, like even more
right.
happy. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you make it a part of that, and then I
Routine.
like
Yeah.
the test. Hey, I'm here. Okay, I'm
Yep.
I'm at the place now. All right, I'm on my way home. That I'm
But
on my way home.
mhm.
Text is
Mhm.
you be ready
check-ins
when
are
I get
important.
there.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Be ready. So I like the checking in.
Mhm.
What I've seen from the outside of it, and I will circle around back to the dudes is some of these guys don't like the fact that like when she left there, I guess they thought they knocked it out, but then she's like, I'm going back to my man to go get this reclamation
Yeah.
sex real quick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
thanks. I'm on
Yep.
my way back home, and they're like, wait, what? And
Mhm.
uh, and those are like guys that being like not really in the lifestyle. They just kind of was there to,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm down for this stuff, but they weren't really,
Yeah.
Mhm.
uh it does make it a lot better if the other guy is also in the relation, the lifestyle respects, and that's the number one thing I'll tell other guys: respect the relationship
Yep.
dynamics of someone else.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
are on set and they say, okay, I'm polyamorous with this person, or this is my dom, or blah 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 blah, and they will give you detailed instructions on how to approach
Mhm.
them, and if you instantly don't do that, that's the immediate red flag right there.
Yep.
Like you're
Yep.
already from
About
Jump Street not respecting the boundaries and dynamics of someone else. If you're telling them, "Well, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to
Yep.
circumvent this person and go right to you," that's
Yep. I
that's a red
just
flag, and
I
that's
just
where you
peace
get
out. I'm just like, oh
right,
no, that's dead now.
Do
Goodbye.
you guys
right.
feel like you have to vet like your like partners? Like,
kind of through them a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, depending on what your dynamic is, like, you
mhm.
can have a meeting
Mhm.
if that's what your dynamic requires.
Well, I'll
Mhm.
rephrase that. Do you like meeting your partners,
Yeah,
like
I'm about to say
play
that.
partners or
I
other
think
partners? Do you
my
like
thing
meeting their best?
over the years, like in 2020, one of my partners lived with like two of
Mhm.
their other partners, so I saw
Mhm.
them all the time. Like we smoked,
I
like
love
we played
that.
video games, we did
Oh,
other stuff, then we kinked out,
yeah.
we did a whole
Oh.
stuff. So like that was cool, and
Mhm.
then I saw some of those partners
Mhm.
literally get kicked out the house, like and then
Yeah.
now like my last two partners kind of crossed each other, and
Mhm.
we all smoked together and chilled and everything. And then I have
Right.
other partners over the years who didn't necessarily need to meet them, but if it just so happened to
Mhm.
happen, it was cool. And that's how
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am. I don't necessarily have a desire to meet my other partners, but I do know that
Oh.
I do know that my girlfriend's partner wants to meet me, and I don't mind meeting them because
Yeah.
yeah. I
you know,
like meeting my partner's other
Me
partners,
too.
and not
I
even like
lost you
in
guys.
I
a
like building
sexual way.
armies.
I just like,
Oh,
I'm obviously dating this person for a reason. I like them. I love them. I
Yeah.
respect them, and obviously we have that in common. We like the
Yeah.
same person for a lot of reasons. So like,
Hmm.
I don't see why it would be like a weird thing.
Yeah.
Of course, is
I
everybody,
feel. I could
you
definitely say
know,
that I feel that.
hold on, I lost you.
Oh, we see you though. If you need
yeah,
me,
we can hear you and see you though.
can you hear us? Okay.
I don't think you hear it.
Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to do. All right, and then I'll put them back in hopefully in a second. But pretty much what I would say is like when it comes to my idea like poly relationship and stuff like that is that I want all my partners to be friends and cool with each other. Not friends like besties. Y'all don't have to be besties. But
Right.
I
Nobody
want
has
to
to
be
be
able to
messy.
come to no, exactly. Like, but however, because I think we talked about this on our poly relationship episode where I was like, I want to be able to have all my partners come to a dinner
Mhm.
and we all chill, we're all cool, whatever. But
Yeah.
also, like I also say, I like building an army because if I'm right, I need multiple people to say I'm right. I'm sorry,
My
in my little circle.
Yeah, my golden rule is I don't need everybody to be best friends, but
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
want it. Mine is the birthday rule. I need everybody to be able to show up. If I have a random birthday party, you guys can all be in the same room. There's no jealousy.
Exactly.
I can still celebrate and, kick it. And it's no like weird shit. If y'all can't all show up to a birthday party, then no.
No, I agree.
Back in the day, a very young Jason, in the days before I was still Jason, but I wasn't even King Jason yet. But I used to throw parties, and those parties and those times, like I was dating a lot, and at some point there would be four people there that I either had dated or was dating at the time or something like that, and everybody was cool. Well,
Yeah.
not everybody, but for the most
For the
part,
most part.
Respectful,
For the
you
most
know,
part.
respectful.
there was respect. Like there was never any cat. I mean, nobody would fight over me anyway. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like it wasn't anything like that. It was just
Hmm.
everybody was there to have fun, and that's what I feel like the same thing. Like my birthday's coming up, and I plan on going to Gunnison. If
Mm,
we going, like I'm going. If you're not there, then what's going on? If you're not there because
right.
you're not there because you can't get there, fine. But if you're not there because somebody else is going to be there, then you're not really there for me.
Can you hear
Period.
us,
I feel
Gumball?
that.
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
little technical glitch, but I'm back
No,
now.
it's all right. I was just waiting to make sure I wasn't cutting through. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
But
No.
yeah, like the same, yeah, but just like Dee was saying, like you got to be able to show up at my birthday and everybody be cool.
No,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Yeah, I don't
yep,
need everybody to be besties, and I've definitely been in like a
Hmm.
polycule situation. Like we were all like,
Hmm.
dating, loving each other, and I did like that, and I would definitely do that again. But that is not like a thing that I need. Like I don't need all of my partners to be like locked in that way. But I need
Hmm.
you guys to like get along in a cordial way and like be friendly, like be fucking
Hmm.
friendly, like
Like some like kitchen table poly or something like that.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
down
make
with
your birthday.
yeah,
Like if you
No.
all can't come to if I random have a random birthday party and everybody can't come and still be supportive of
You're like,
me
I don't
and this
like that
little
person. I don't like,
like
nah, then you don't
yeah,
need to be
like
right.
if
here.
you
You don't need to
can't
be
come
here. What's the
to
point?
a
yeah. I
major
will
event, I
say,
can't invite you to a family event and you're
Hmm.
all chill, then no.
right. I
Yeah.
will say now
Mm.
if something, if everybody gets invited to an event and something that's non-related to our relationship or whatever
Yeah.
happens between the two of you, then we'll take care of that
Yeah.
separately. But
Yes,
at the
Yeah.
same
absolutely.
Right.
time, but like, yeah, just
Yeah.
everybody just chill. Like everybody, like just I just smoke. I'm talking to y'all. We chilling. I'm smoking. That's all. That's all I
Yeah.
want to do.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Is smoke.
know. I definitely have dated like men and women that are like, oh, like it's cool. Like I don't mind you dating, like whatever situation you got going on, you have a partner, but I don't want to know anything. Don't. I'm just keep me over here. Like I am so beyond that. Like
Yeah, I
no.
don't. I'm not into it. I like the fact that my partners will be cool after me going on a date, coming back home. They got snacks. We about to talk about tea. We about to watch a movie. I'm like, let me tell you what they did. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I didn't like. Let me tell you what I did like. Blah 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 blah. I love that energy and that positivity because it also, again, communication is key. And jealousy is always going to be a thing. Insecurity is always going to be a thing. So you should be talking. You should always.
Right.
Everybody should have some type of cordiality to everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I have
Yeah.
any partner who's like, I don't want to know nothing about it. Red
You're
flag.
right. And
And I always assume it's a fake, not fake. I don't want to say fake, but somebody who's not really into the lifestyle. Where
right,
I'm
right.
just like, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I would put them in the monogamish category.
Monogamish. That's a
I like
good
Monogamish,
one.
that.
yeah. They're
I
I like
like
they're
that.
that.
okay, like I will say like some of the difficulties I've had with poly, especially with
Same.
dating other women. Uh I had this one lady, she literally told me, she was just like, "Look, I don't share my men, but I'm okay if your girl shares you." And I'm just like, "You share." I was just like, you share.
What
It's just the mental gymnastics was it's
the
not her
math
man.
there?
Right. And it's like I'm okay if she wants to do it, but I would never do it. Uh and so that's kind of the spaces that I've been in. So I kind of stopped, talking to women that I knew was outside of the lifestyle because
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
it's more than 50 cents 21 questions. It's about 2100 of them,
Yeah.
and you got to go
That math was
through,
not
are you
mathing
sure you're
though.
not cheating, are you this, is
I
it this, are you
feel
that, and that's like, you know what, I don't want to, and I don't want to have to teach people,
Same.
poly. I don't want to have to go in there and say, no, this is what it is, because I know that people will learn it from TikTok or something like that, and it's
right.
wrong,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that's not what it's about.
Hmm.
Uh, People will ask me like my view on poly, because some people, and even in the poly community, will say, well, I have my partner for this, and then I have this partner who does this because my primary doesn't do this, or
Hmm.
or they have a partner that has a trait that is missing in their other
From
partner,
the other partner. That's
Hmm.
very dangerous. That's a very
and
It's very dangerous.
and I say, that like that's the 80-20 rule. My partner's 80% this, but he's missing this 20.
right.
So
So
let
I
me go
got this
find
other
that 20.
person.
And then I was like, the problem becomes is
Yeah, go
that,
ahead.
let's say your 80% partner, let's say you have an argument with your 80% partner. Now your 20% partner becomes 21, 25.
Right.
They start to
Hmm.
increase until now they're 50-50, and now they're this, and
Hmm.
now you're moving one on to the next one. And my approach to poly was, it was never me finding what is missing in my primary partner. It's me being happy to know that I'm with someone who accepts
Hmm.
me for as close to 100% as you can possibly accept somebody,
Hmm.
Yes.
and then that I have the freedom to do this
That I have the
without
freedom.
worry.
Hmm.
And that's what makes me gravitate towards her so much, because I can't. I had another one. I told her I was poly, and I said, "Okay, this is what it is." But I
Hmm.
give you my resume up front. I'm like, "Here's my resume. Check the
Yep.
references. If you fucks with it, you fucks with it. If you don't, you
Or you
don't.
don't,
No
you
harm, no
don't.
foul."
Just start handing out business cards. I swear.
Right. I'm about to hand
It's
out
Oh,
this
like,
one with a
boop.
QR code on there or
Yeah,
something like that,
exactly.
and so I'll tell them right up front, like, this is who I am. This is, who I am as a person. Uh, she said she was cool with it.
Hmm.
As we started linking and seeing each other like once a week, it then became more and more. Once you were like, okay, I was in the beginning, I was 500 pounds, and now I'm down to like, two something. I work out a lot,
Congratulations.
so
Mhm.
I have zero kids, thank
Congratulations.
you. So
Game
it
boy.
kind of
Gang
made
gang.
me a unicorn in the black community, like a black
Yeah.
man with no kids, physically.
Right.
She
Right.
wanted,
Yeah.
she wanted me for herself, and she started doing a lot of the stuff that would. Once she started cooking me traditional Nicaraguan food, I knew it was a problem, because I'm like, she broke
That's a
out the
Latin
mortal and
woman.
pestle, and
Fucking
I'm
do
like,
it.
oh
Fucking
man,
do it.
she's making just traditional food,
you married,
and
bro.
Yeah.
right, and we
Once
were
once
talking,
the
and then
people like try to claim you like that. There's no polyamorous, I feel like,
It's
involved
no.
in
So
I
when
want to
we had
fight
the
that in a minute. I don't
right,
believe
so
that.
when we had the conversation, I was like, all right, let's just talk about it. And she was just
Mhm.
like, why are you poly? You're obviously not happy if you're looking for other people. And I was like, that's not what it's
it.
about. It's like
What the hell?
I'm not trying to chase happiness. I am already happy. So I
Right.
asked her, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I was like, so I asked her this question. I was like, okay, cool. If I leave my girl for you, can I still be poly? And she was like, well, no. I was like, well, can we have threesomes? No. Can we do this? No. I was like, then why would I leave?
Right.
exactly.
Why would I leave? And I'm breaking
Exactly.
it down to just the basic blunt, like I want to have, say, I want to do this. But if you're already telling me no, then you're
Mhm.
already telling me that I have to be
Yeah.
less of what I already am with my current
This
No,
partner.
I
the
had
I
a
have to be
thing
partner
even
like
you
less
that.
don't
now.
realize, like, when you're asking me to not do that, you're literally asking me to deny myself. Like, this is
Yep.
who
Right.
I am. Like,
Yep.
Right.
it's not like I'm sitting here, like, trying to collect and date the world,
Yeah.
obviously. But if somebody comes into my life that, fits and it works for us, then
Hmm.
so be it. But I'm not out here just trying to, play you, date a whole bunch of people.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
you cannot box me in. Like, you
No, I
can't.
feel the
Right.
same
Right.
way. I'm not fucking with that. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't like, as much as I am the primal situation, I love the ownership aspect of certain things and blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I'll be fucking damned if somebody, especially a man, is gonna tell me that they're gonna, because I've had a partner who said that. Like, he agreed to the poly lifestyle, he did all that. Next, I'm like, yeah, let's go to this, let's do that. And he's like, nah, I'm not really gonna do that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And all of a sudden there was issues, there was always arguments, there was always something. And I was just like, boom, like, oh, you're not into this.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't need to be here. Oh, you don't care about me, you manipulation, right? You don't care, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No, I'm not here. Again, I'm not looking for happiness. I'm happy being by myself. I'm just
Mhm.
here
Yeah.
because I like dating people. I like enjoying other people, finding better connections, finding people can help me also elevate in my journey in life.
Hmm.
So, what the fuck you mean? You're not gonna get
Right.
me. However, the
Right.
whole food situation, I have done it a few times to lock people in. I'm like,
Oh,
you
it's
gonna
been.
try this food, you gonna try this joint, you gonna,
Look, I
Listen,
lived in Washington Heights,
yeah,
and
Oh,
it
oh,
was
you were
done
getting
to
it
me.
in, dude.
It was done to me constantly. The amount of mango that I ate
yep,
in Washington Heights was crazy. Mango, and then I would go down to Malicone and I get my mofongo, and
yep.
it was just crazy the
You gonna
amount of
get
food
this
that
shit,
they
you gonna
would.
sit down, you gonna
They
stay with
coffee
me.
yeah, they
related.
would feed
Yeah,
you. You would get the itis, and next thing
yep.
you know, your pants are down. I'm like, how did we
Yep.
get here?
And you're married, got 18
And
kids, don't even know how
right,
that
Oh
and your
man,
happened.
pants, and you go, how did you even get here?
She wearing
Um,
that fucking
how
abuelita
did you not have
outfit.
no kids? Jesus.
how did I not have? I don't know how I
I
don't
don't
have
be
any kids.
cooking. I don't
Honestly,
be
I don't
cooking
know.
for nobody. People get mad at me for that.
No, I
I like to
love,
cook.
I love
I
it.
like to
Yeah,
Oh,
cook,
me
no,
so
no,
too.
no.
I.
I
Yeah,
cook every day. I
yeah.
love to cook. I don't
Mhm.
cook for no man unless I'm in love with them.
No, same. No, but you know
Okay.
what? It depends. Like,
Hard
I have
rule.
my family dinner, so
Hard
I'll cook for
rule.
my people to show my appreciation. How much
Mhm.
my love language. I want to cook for you. I
Mm.
want to do that. Once you do something stupid, be it that day, whatever, it could be something like you just forgot something. I don't care. You're not coming. You gotta learn the lesson. You're not getting the food that I put love into until you learn your fucking lesson. And it's not that I don't love them. It's just like, no, I'm not gonna slave over making pernil and making all my fucking food and all the shit I like, baking a fucking cake, all this shit, and you gonna be late? Fuck out of here. I'm not certain. Go to McDonald's. You ain't
I
getting this
mean,
food.
I still will cook to impress. I'm like, okay, I need that extra yard. Let me go ahead and throw
Hmm.
this steak and shrimp.
I used to cook to impress. Not I
And
haven't
then
cooked
I'll
to impress
No,
in
present
a
it,
long
and
time.
yeah,
no.
but
When
I
I get
do
a
like.
ring on my finger, that's when it happens.
Yeah, I was say I started cooking to impress when I realized that people can't cook the same way. They can't do it back. Like
Uh,
I got friends that I'm not talking to right now, but if they called me and was like, I cooked, like, did you poison it? Are we cool? Because I'm
yeah.
gonna
Not
eat it. I'm gonna eat it
poison.
anyway. But like, just let me know, like, if I should put my affairs in order first. But I'm gonna eat it because like,
That
like
dog will be good.
they cook just as well as I do. And like, I think the last time I was over there, they made like that marry me chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And then
love
the time
that.
Mm,
before that, I
Hmm.
made a tomahawk steak for New Year's. We spent New Year's
Hmm.
together, and I made a tomahawk steak. And like we be grubbing, listen,
Hey.
you can be my partner. You can
Uh-huh.
honestly be my friend if you are a fat kid.
Wait, can I? I want to interject real quick. Miss D, can you
Okay.
please host an event that is like a kinky fucking potluck or something? I need to try these motherfuckers' food. I need
Oh
y'all
no,
to
no,
cook,
no, no!
and
See,
I'm gonna rate
I
that
No,
am
shit.
not.
go to
No,
Devour.
I'm not cooking
Oh,
no steak for the King
what?
community.
Why?
However, I might got you, Jazz.
Okay, thank you.
I got you.
Thank
Oh, but you
you.
I
know what I
got
was
you.
thinking about doing? I was thinking about I just went to a dinner party thrown by somebody that comes to my munch all the
Mm,
time, a girl named Chris. And I went there with my play partner and
mhm.
then another couple.
Oh,
Oh.
she
Mm.
her Kurt thing probably died. No, I wanted to know.
Oh, no, my phone,
Uh,
my phone's like 18%
she,
now. I'm like,
yo,
where's my charger?
no man, where my girly pop went?
Yeah,
All I know is,
I did have a
mhm,
before I started going before like the feast. I started going like to the
mhm.
feast stuff. Like I think it was like 2022 or
Mhm.
2021. I had a Spanksgiving um,
Ooh.
up at my uncle's old mansion. It was like the last big thing I did before it was sold. And everybody cooked. I actually did cook for the King community that day. I will. I'm not saying I won't cook, but I made
Yeah.
I made two salmons
Ooh.
and did I do a turkey? No, somebody brought a turkey. Somebody brought one of my partner at the time brought greens that people were still talking to, talking about like,
That's dope.
are they going to be there? They're going to cook. They're going to bring greens. Like somebody asked me for her to send greens
Yo,
for
I
for
place
her.
orders with
Send them.
people. I tell people
Send
make me.
them.
That's stupid, but
I
I'm just
mean,
saying I place orders ahead of time. I ain't gonna lie. Especially with collard greens. Every Thanksgiving, I have a friend. She makes them so good, and I actually eat mine with rice. I like eating with white rice on it. That's just my thing. And give me 1 second. She back. So if I'm not getting that at least twice a year, I go into a fucking rage, low key. I'm like, if I don't get my fucking greens, 1 second, little buggy.
green, greens
Greens,
and rice.
yes.
Mm.
Greens and rice. Yes, I said I don't care. I'll fight other people. No, I got it from I think was she Nigerian? I think she was Nigerian. A girl, she made it for me the one time and I always ordered it from her. And she was just like, "This is how I do it." She popped that joint with some white rice on it. One time, we were in the kitchen too. We could have cooked anything, and
Was it
she's
spicy?
just, yeah, it was spicy. It was so
Yo,
spicy,
Nigerian
so
food is
good,
so fucking
Oh
hot.
yeah,
It's
some
so
yummy.
small pot.
Yo, I don't know. It was delicious, and I want it all the time.
You
My
gotta come
kink
to
mom
Woodland Ave
was
for that.
baking.
Hmm.
Like I think about a month or so ago, my kink mom was baking, and she was like in my neighborhood. So
Hmm.
whenever she makes anything, and she talks about, it, I'm like, hey, yep, parts, let's go, let's go.
Give
You
me
Like,
a
you made all
plate,
that
Miss
tonight.
Divine.
You
they-
Give
made
me
I
that. What's
Thanksgiving
up?
tonight.
did. Listen, before I got
I
cut off, I brought up this dinner party
yeah,
because I was
oh
just
yeah,
like, man, I had the feast and I was just like, I want to have like really much smaller, like
mhm.
intimate parties.
Remember we talked about that.
Maybe we could just do like a dinner party, like potluck, and then just like a play party, just like
Yes,
20
yes,
people,
do
like
it.
just hand selected, and it's just called, a dinner party.
Now, what time will this dinner play party be from?
Oh
Because you be
my
throwing you
God.
because you be having after parties that don't nobody know about until we check IG live the next morning.
Bro,
You
that's the
know,
fire alarm clock.
that was
First of
right,
all,
right,
he
the fire
talking
yo.
about
alarm
this talking
party.
about the feast. The feast we stayed longer. We stayed longer.
No,
He talking about everything.
yo.
I don't know, but whatever time I select, I
Mm,
would like for
mm-hmm.
you to add an additional hour or two, just in
All
case.
right, additional
Just in
hour or
case.
two. Okay,
That's
okay.
all I'm gonna say.
Well,
Got it.
just
I
make
will
sure
say
I
the fire
remember.
alarm party, it got to a point where I didn't even recognize the fire alarm
No,
anymore.
same. I forgot all
No,
I
about
tuned
it.
it out
everybody told me to say
to
it's
the
like
point
at
where I
some
was
point they
like,
just tune it
"Oh, they
out.
shut the fire alarm down." And then I paid attention. I was like, "No, it's still
No,
on. Never
It's
mind.
still
no.
on.
It's
Yo,
still
when
Mhm.
I
on."
saw those fucking white firefighters coming, I was like, ew. I was like, oh, it's still on. Because
Yo,
somebody was like,
they.
look at
Yo,
they so hot. I was like, ugh. I
when
was like,
people
why are y'all
started
saying
making
no?
me put that song on,
Yo,
shout
Oh
Oh
out
yeah.
yeah,
to Jason.
Listen,
You
yeah.
you did that.
I
You did
made
that,
a
Frank.
very, very careful decision 15 years ago if I was going to be a photographer or a DJ, but it never left my soul. I can pick a song for a mood. And I told you, Fire by the Ohio Players right now as
between
they were
that
walking out.
and Mystique with her titties out yelling their names from their
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
like,
Banks
we all gotta get
O'Malley,
yo,
Banks Smith. I
Yo,
was like,
the
oh, okay,
yo,
okay, I
the
yo,
love these people.
yo,
yeah,
and they
And
were
those
beat
white
listen,
red.
and
They were
I
beat
said this
fucking
twice.
red.
Nobody ever made a song called "Fuck the Fire Department,"
Facts.
right.
Facts.
True.
But
right?
those firefighters, those men, they were trying so hard not to break their necks. Their eyes was
Yo,
trying not. Yeah,
they
they
were
were trying
looking
not
down
to
and looking
I
stare. They
straight.
were
That's
can
trying
you
not.
it.
Guys,
Yeah,
imagine
they had
the
the
run.
ones
blind.
that stayed
I
behind
applaud
at the
them. They had them
station?
blinders on.
Yo, that
Yo,
shit
can you
was
imagine the ones
funny.
that stayed behind at the station though? That stayed behind at the station, like, oh, I'm not
They
going on
had a
this call. Somebody
story when
Right,
they
fire
got
right.
back.
alarm. I'm not going to that
Gang, I
shit.
can't wait, Cardi. Don't worry, we got you because we about to promote that joint again.
Wait, what did he have? Some
No,
chick.
Gordy's
So,
having so Cardi is
Oh,
hosting a party.
after
I'm
Black
actually
Day,
yeah.
Cardi has the official after party, and if you love food, his lovely partner is a chef, and she throws down and feeds as
Mm-hmm.
okay.
well. If you are a smoker, let me tell
Hot
you,
boxing. Yo, he's
this
putting in
might
work,
be
y'all. They putting in
the
work.
event. Every after the Black Day, we go to the Cardi party, and it is
Yes, we
also
do.
costume themed. This year, it is pirates, so you can transition from Fae to pirate, or you can
Okay.
come however you want.
Yeah,
But if you can't make it out to Fairmount Park, I highly, highly, highly suggest you go to a Cardi party because you have
bro.
not been to
Bro.
a
Wait, wait,
good
wait, wait, wait. Give me one second. He said jerk
smoked out,
chicken.
Jerk
good
chicken,
food
Oh, we
jerk
still
party.
and
doing
curry chicken.
oxtail? We still doing oxtail? I swear to
The
God.
food is included. The food is
Yes. With
included.
your pig. Yo, I know I'm sorry. I'm going as a dragon wench. I'm already clocking that shit. And I don't know if I want to go
Okay.
super sexy or just comfy. So we'll
I'm
figure it
definitely
out.
gonna change my outfit. I don't think I'm gonna come in the same fairy outfit. Do I
Yeah.
have a pirate outfit together? No, I don't. But I'm gonna show up in some shit.
I
Y'all
got pirate pants actually, which was crazy because
y'all
I
come
did
on
a
through, y'all.
pirate night at the Pleasure Garden Club a few years ago. So I got
Oh
pirate
yes,
Pirate
pants.
oxtails,
things.
plantains,
Hell
cabbage,
yeah.
rice, peas.
Hell
Damn.
yeah. I'm coming. Cause
Telling
I've been
you, I told
Damn.
you
plotting. I've been
last
plotting,
year it was
Cardi.
taco. Last year it was single. It was on Cinco de Mayo, and we
Yo.
had like every taco you think of: shrimp, salmon, chicken. I mean,
My
anything.
plate was loaded. I was like, I'm
And
not
they
fucking.
told me it was BYOB and still had a fully stocked bar. And they DoorDash cones because everybody got like 4 pre rolls. Like when I
Yeah.
say buy a ticket, you
Buy a
don't
ticket,
want to
yo.
miss it.
I'm so fucking excited. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm very excited about Black Friday. We put a lot of work into it. We are excited. Mama also just wants a platter, some good ass
Hmm.
music, some chill ass people, and some fucking blunts, and
Yeah, the
just
vibes
chilling on my
are
fucking life.
immaculate. I hope we get to play Family Feud again. That was really fun.
Yep.
I don't know if we played that at that last party or not, but that was really fun.
You can stay ways.
You can
You can
stay in the
stay in the
family.
fate. Yeah, because somebody has to be Tinkerbell. Apparently, I'll be Tinkerbell. Y'all want dragon wings or do you want fairy wings? I can do both. I can be both.
I'm gonna
I don't
go
give a shit.
go with fairy wings. I mean, if you're gonna be Tinkerbell, you might as well go with some fairy wings. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Unless you
go.
want to be like evil Tinkerbell, and then you can
No,
put the
well
dragon
here,
wings on.
I'm gonna plug my other show.
You
So I
said,
actually
where do I get my
run.
ticket? I'm gonna
Uh,
post it in my stories,
yep,
and I'm gonna tag Cardi.
yep,
But
yep, yep.
Miss J had it up here on the screen, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it, and we'll post it on a show page too. We'll post it on Sexually
Mhm.
Speaking too.
No, definitely. I'm gonna post it after, like with a clip and stuff.
Yeah,
But
I'll tag him, but it's just cat.
no, what the hell was just talking about? Oh yeah, so a plug from my other show. I have a spicy book podcast, and we actually had a book that was called The Never King. That's like Peter Pan based. It's dark sexual romance, and Tinkerbell's a fucking bitch in that one. And
I mean, she's a
I
bitch in the
I'm
other
about to
one
get
no,
too.
no,
stronger
no.
with
She
this.
was a diva in the OG.
All right,
Okay, she was a
that's
diva. She was
part of
not a
the truth.
bitch. The other one was a bitch because she. Well, no, wait. They both wanted to kill Wendy. Never mind. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
about to
You're right.
say you're trying to off Wendy
Mm.
in
Yeah,
every
A
area.
few fucking times. No, but like she was that bitch. She killed like her own husband in the book and everything. She's like, fuck out of here.
Damn.
But yeah, she married a king. Yeah, she married a king, killed him, the king of Fae, and then killed him. It was
What?
like that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatevs. And still trying to fuck
Mm-mm.
Peter Pan the whole time. We love
Right.
that.
Mm.
We love a bitch. But anywho,
Mm-mm-mm.
this was a
Yeah.
great conversation, y'all.
Yes. Thank you guys for
This
coming
was
on
Mhm.
amazing. Thank you
here and
so
staying on for
much.
a time with
I
Mm.
us.
wanted to say one more thing.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
please.
I forgot to plug my kinky merchandise store.
Oh, I
Yes, you
posted
did.
your links. Yeah, but I did post your links for it.
Okay, so like if you like stuff like
Living
this,
Kinky.
living
Mm-hmm.
kinky. I have
Thank you
other
so much.
pop culture references, and
Mm-hmm.
that I kind of like wanted to make them kink wise. A lot of them are black. I mean, most of them
Mm-hmm.
are like black coded.
Mm-hmm.
Just check out the link was is going to be in the description, I guess.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah,
I'll
check me
post them
out.
up
It's
again.
great talking to everybody.
Yeah, I
Mm.
got everybody's link and I posted it. I'm posting it again. Give me 1 second. Have all your links in here. But
Yep.
and I don't know why it does that little thing, but it does come up plain on YouTube, so don't worry about that.
Oh yeah,
And then Gumball, I got your Fat Life.
oh yeah. I got an
Pew.
OnlyFans, Black Love BDSM on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
I
you
forgot.
thought I forgot? I posted all that, John.
I
I have a
forgot
whole
about that.
PDF file. I have a whole fucking Google Doc in front of me with everybody's shit. Got me chopped. You know I got this shit running. Let's
Thank you, Joe.
Listen,
go.
that's why I was like, I was sending out messages earlier. I was like, listen, send me a picture in your name, but you're not really sending it to me. You're sending it to Miss J, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, I need that John
That's
today.
I was like, oh yeah, my
Well,
bio sitting in that DM. In that DM.
Yeah. I didn't
right.
even realize that. I just started doing that, John. But let me see real quick. And of course, everybody, you can follow us, the wonderful Miss D and myself, on all sexually speaking social media accounts. Here's our link tree because it's going to make stuff a lot easier if you just go to our link tree. Honestly, it has all of our
because we got
links.
everything. We got Blue Sky, we got X, we got
Everything.
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 Twitch,
So much I forget, to be honest. I think we have a kick. I never use our kick.
Reddit.
It's so we haven't read it. I really have to post back up on there, but I haven't had the passion. I haven't had the passion, I'm not even gonna lie. But it's not popping right now, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, everything is Gucci. It was an amazing conversation with you guys. You put a lot of insight on a
Mm.
lot of male's perspectives and mass
Yes, thank
perspectives. I
you, thank
appreciate that
you.
because I learned a lot. I was like, you know what, I thought maybe I was wrong, and that's okay if I'm wrong sometimes. That's okay, but
That's
I love
what
that.
that's what it's for. That's what
Exactly.
we're doing here to talk
Yep.
to make your mind expand. And but
Hmm.
thank you guys so much for coming on. And I'm gonna run down a list of other
We're
things
excited to see
I
you.
got going on. Like Miss J said, we have Black Fay Day coming up on May 10th. And we will be meeting in Fairmount Park. That is on our
Mhm.
Sexually Speaking page. It is on Miss J's personal page, and so it is on mine as well.
And the
So
Black Fade website. When in
yes,
doubt, go
and
to
the
the Black Fade.
official
Oh,
Black Fayday
yup.
Instagram website
All of
and their
that.
Facebook. We are on there for Philadelphia.
Yup. We're
All
the
right.
only
That's
group.
good.
Show up.
Okay.
That's
Come
what's
on
up.
out. It's gonna be dope. If you can't come out to that, come to Cardi's at the party. He done put the link to his Eventbrite in the comments. Come to
Yup.
the at the party. Come be a pirate. After that, what do we got going on? Oh, more love, more joins. It is a
Mhm.
polyamorous speed dating for anybody that is dating non-traditionally. This
Mhm.
is for you. We're going to do a fun round of pop the balloon also for only willing participants,
Love
and
that.
a
Love
nice
that.
mixer dance party. DJ is Chef's Kiss. Cannot
Mhm.
wait to introduce y'all to my DJ.
Ding
But definitely
ding.
come out to that, and then we have lunches back to back the 28th and the 29th.
Mhm.
Usually me and the Devourer are on two different Thursdays, but the same. Last month it was because of the holiday. This month is because my bar is closed down. So we're on the same day. So the cookout is on the 28th, and the
Mhm.
Kiki and the Devourer are both on the
Okay.
29th.
Quick question.
Okay.
Jason, are you coming back? Are you going to Black Friday to ropes people or not? Because I already had two requests.
I am
They
going
were like,
to.
"Where's that guy come back?" They coming back. I was like, "I guess I don't know."
So my vanilla job is, and I got a promotion since last
Oh,
year.
congrats.
So thank you.
Congratulations.
So
Mhm.
as soon as I'm done with my vanilla job, I'm going to have my ropes in the car already. So
Okay.
yeah, so I will try to make it there. I will try to let just have your phones on. and I'll
Okay.
let you guys
Yeah.
know if I'm on my way and if I got enough time. But yeah, so let them
Okay.
know that if whoever it is, they got to draw straws for who's first
I got
when
you.
I get there, and
I do it.
I'll be able to suspend too because the trees are still suspend good
I might go for it this year because I didn't do it last year, and I didn't do it at the play the game night
Yeah,
because
you
I
be
was
hot, guys. You didn't
no,
do
I
it at the
was not had it.
COVID.
Look, I was already flying, and then I saw the Dom, and then I saw Electro play. I was like, you know what? Let's go. And then every time I was trying to
Like
go to
that is
approach you, you were
amazing.
busy.
Listen, as someone
Dad,
who has
listen, this is the
experienced
fifth
Jason
time. This is the
tying
fifth
up to a
time.
Shit,
tree in the
time.
middle of Philadelphia,
Say
mm,
again.
Mm.
mm.
What
I
happened?
Say
said
again.
someone who's experienced tied to a tree in the middle of
Yeah.
Philadelphia by
Mm.
Jason.
Yeah,
I tell
that's
people
right.
all the time,
Right.
I was like, I was his biggest headache. Like, I probably was the most brattiest person he's ever tied up. Like,
Well,
complaints
that's
on
tough.
top of complaints. I was
Listen,
just like,
listen,
oh,
listen. I don't need no smoke from any. If this ever gets out to any of the other brands I deal with,
Uh-huh.
no, not at all, not at all. You are a dream to work with. You
Mm.
you remain. I'm telling you, you remain my phone background literally until last month. Like I
I love
changed it
it.
at the last cookout munch I went to is when I changed it.
oh,
Okay.
the
But
ghost
yeah, you were my phone
rules.
background as a kinky tied up ghost.
That was nice. That's a nice picture.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
yeah.
it was a pleasure. It was an honor. I want to be posting every
Yes.
flyer that was on today.
Mhm.
And all the links for our wonderful guests. We're gonna go ahead and put that in. Because I do my after roundup on there talking about what we talked about. So you can watch the episode and listen to it on
Party said
Spotify when
Todd
I
goes
post
up at
it.
the party.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Buy your ticket. Come on.
And
See,
Jazz to
because then
make it
I
All
up
can
right.
run.
and Jazz to make
All
it up
right.
because this was such a great conversation. I knew
Yeah.
he was expecting a little pushback. You
Yeah.
can fuss the entire time I tie you.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good night,
All
y'all.
Let's
I'm
right.
go.
not staying on here all night with y'all.
No,
Good
I gotta
night.
go.
I know,
Bye
right?
bye
All
bye.
right,
I see
Damn.
y'all.
Good
guys.
night, y'all.
All right, good
Bye.
night.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Nice
Bye,
Bye.
talking to you
Frankie.
guys.
Nice talking to
Bye,
you.
Frankie.
All right, bye.
You know I don't play